Hello and welcome once again to a ReeVlog. This is a car vlog, and it's going to be a short car vlog because I don't have time for anything more because of the reason of the vlog. So, in effect, I had to go to the doctor's today. Not because I am ill, thankfully, but because of an old injury of mine that I am finally getting round to trying to resolve. That is a broken nose. I know, it doesn't look broken, it's perfect. But yeah, I believe when I was roughly 6 years of age, my nose was broken. This was because it collided with my brother's knee, whilst me, him, and my cousin were kind of like play fighting or whatever. It bled a lot. The play fighting pretty much ended immediately because of the amount of bleeding I was doing. And I went through, I believe it was 3 flannels that were like getting rinsed and brought back to me, but they all ended up just like pretty stained with the amount of bleeding I was doing, and I think I bled for long enough. I probably should have gone to hospital. Before that, I regularly suffered nosebleeds, just like in summer when it was hot, nosebleed. Getting out of the swimming pool and it was cold, nosebleed. Getting into the swimming pool and it was warm, nosebleed. I'd get nosebleeds for no good reason. After which, not so much, which, you know, bonus, but it means this one, my left nostril, has been far less open than my right one. And also, I'm not sure, but might be why I can't like manually close my right one. I don't know whether being able to manually close nostrils is something that humans are meant to be able to do, but I can flatten that side, but I can still breathe through this side if I try and do it this side, and it just sort of tickles. So yeah, I went to the doctor's today, having booked the appointment about three and a half weeks ago, I think. The appointment was at 2:45. I arrived maybe 20 to 3, maybe slightly before 23, doesn't matter. I arrived, signed in, and was informed of a 5-minute estimated wait time. 35 minutes later, I was like, let me ask at reception, because I have work tonight, and I have done like none of my daily things that I need to do before work tonight yet. So they were like, oh yeah, no, I am the next person scheduled to be seen, but they're currently being delayed on a call. I'm like, great, I need to reschedule then. Next available appointment, the 21st, maybe the 22nd of December. So 20 to 21 days from now. Happy December, by the way, everyone. Great. Utterly ridiculous, but sure, fuck it, whatever. I don't know if I need to see this one person in particular. Maybe they're the clinic's nose specialist. But, regardless, super dumb. And the fact that I was informed of an estimated 5-minute wait time and then waited like 45 minutes total because it was 20 past 3 by the time I left is ludicrous. And I'm very upset about it, but not in like a sad way, though there is an element of that because I am sad that, you know, the NHS is just like useless because it's been dunked on so much by the government. But more so anger at just like being the treatment effectively is not something that I think that is reasonable to do to people in search of help. But whatever. Anyway, happy December. I've had my first Advent thingo. I had it before I went to bed yesterday, because technically it was, according to the calendar, today. So I've got my Advent calendar here. Hang on. Can I skirt? Advent calendar, yay! So that way I won't like forget it or whatever. It's now in the car. I might forget it on days that I don't use the car. But like if I go for a walk, I usually walk past the car, and then at that point I can, you know, be like, oh yes, advent calendar, and have my little bit of choco. I've acquired orange juice because it is good stuff. But yeah, whilst my alarm doesn't usually go off for another 44 minutes, I also have washing on at the moment, and I think my flatmate wants to use the washing machine. And so I need to, sooner rather than later, get the washing out, but then I also need to hang the washing up, and the washing has bedding, which makes hanging up a pain. And then I can start doing all the stuff that I'd usually do when I wake up. And yeah, it's just going to be a bit of a chore. I'm really tired, so everything's going to take longer. I slept pretty well, but I think I overdid it on the exercise yesterday. And a bit of fatigue flare-up occurred, but thankfully it's not too bad. I'll get through it, and I'm not going to energy drink unless I absolutely have to at work. Unless you count these that I do have. But, you know, I think there's no caffeine in these. Oh no, they do have caffeine, but it's going to be way less than like your classical energy drink, your Monsters, your Red Bulls, etc. So, yeah! Very quick roundup for exercisey stuff, because that is the main purpose of these vlogs now, and I've got my rant done, and then I will go in and actually get on with my stuff that I need to get done. With Kung Fu, I now technically have done everything that I have to do at least once for my next belt. That doesn't mean that I know it all, that just means I have access to it in some form because I made notes, so I can learn it all to some extent and then get it checked to make sure it's all good. Fitnessy stuff, as I said, I did a lot of exercise yesterday. So much so that I did a flare up today, so I'm sort of went beyond the limit that I have. So it's not quite where I thought it was, but it's improving slowly still. I just need to slowly dial it backwards until I'm back on the safe side to keep pushing it. Supplements, I'm still taking the same ones. They're still working to help me with my progression. I'm still doing more researchy stuff. That's something that I intend to do a bit more of before work, if I have time. The breathing thing that I wanted to get sorted at the doctor's is to help with improving my oxygen intake and stuff. I have a new oxygen mask thingy for respiratory training to help with my oxygen intake, which should help with my nervous system because it uses a lot of oxygen. Yeah, okay, that's pretty much that. And then any other thing I was going to say is I'm currently listening to a Warhammer book. It is Archmagus. It's a Belisarius Call book. I'm enjoying it very much. I've only recently started it. But I have so many books that I'm like excited to read. I've had a very long TBR for a long time. Audiobooks to listen to, not actual books to read, though I do also have lots of actual books to read. I'm not quite as excited, but I do need to get them done. I've got so many audiobooks I'm excited to listen to, so I'm like, oh man, I'm really enjoying this book, but also I really can't wait for it to be over so I can start the next one. Yay! Anyway, I'm gonna go because I have stuff to do, but I hope you have a good day, and I'll catch you cats on the flip. Goodbye!